Hi, I'm going to demo the Radhe and AI developer assistant to you today. It is an AI powered developer assistant to enhance productivity and efficiency. You have access to this README page on GitHub where you can get all the information about the assistant. Let me show you how you can get started. So go to the setup section and here you will see a link to download. Can open that link, and it's a v6 file which is a Visual Studio extension. You can download it from here. Once it is downloaded, you can go to the respective folder and double click on the v6 file. Here I assume that you have Visual Studio already installed, Visual Studio 2022. It will open the installer, run the installer and install the assistant. So now the installation is complete. And now if I go and open Visual Studio, to access the extension, you can go to View menu, Other Windows, and Radhe AI Developer Assistant. When you click on it, it opens this GUI interface where there's a chat interface here, and there are some pre-configured tasks that you can choose to get started quickly. You can click on the help button here. If there's no API key selected or added, then it gives you instructions for how you can add the API key and select an LLM model. So I can go to Tools, Options as mentioned, and then I can go here. And here I see there are two fields. One is the API key and another one is a model selection. For model selection, I'm just going to select 3.5, GPT 3.5. I have added my API key and click on OK. I can now start using the assistant. Let me take you through some user journeys where Radhe, the AI developer assistant, can help you. So we got build errors, and then the default selection here in the drop down is diagnose build errors. I click on summon Radhe, and since Radhe is thinking, that's where we are making the call to OpenAI APIs. And it says it should have double column instead of a single column. So it rightly detects the error and suggests a solution. In fact, it gives the correct code line as well, only the line, not the entire code, just the line which is of importance. The second use case we will talk about is writing unit tests. In this source code file, I have this function called read file content. It's a static method, so you can easily write unit test for it. And I'm just going to write in the chat box, write a unit test for method. Now you can notice here, I haven't really specified anything else. Like where is that function defined? What is the context? What is the content of the function? Nothing. Just ask it that write a unit test for this function. The important piece here is that wherever that function is defined, that file should be open and active in Visual Studio right now when you're asking that question. So the developer assistant reads the content of the file and it puts this question in the context of that file and calls the LLM model. And just press enter here, and that's where the API call is being made. Now, as you can see, it has generated unit tests, and in fact, if you carefully observe, it has generated two unit tests for this method. One, when the file exists, it's able to read the content and verify that the content is not null. And the second method is when the file does not exist. In that case, the content will be empty. Next use case we are going to talk about is code refactoring suggestions. So I'm going to ask here, suggest how can I improve the implementation of read file content. Now again, I'm not giving any more context here. The file is open and it knows the context. And we have received the response. Now it has made suggestions for improve error handling and logging, input validation, and handling various exceptions which were not there previously. Or in other words, it has given us suggestions to improve the quality of the code. The third case that we are going to talk about is writing comments. So I'm going to use this function to write comments here, and message or the question that I'm going to ask is write comments for function to explain the implementation better, and I'm going to press enter. We have received a response. It has taken the entire function here, and then it has added comments here. Define the API endpoint for getting chat completions, set the authorization header, serialize the request body to JSON format, which is here, and send the post request, and so on. It has added detailed comments for the method that we have asked. Now I'm going to quickly show few other things here. There's a cost displayed at the bottom. For more details, we can click on this help button here, and we can see the tokens that are used, the prompt tokens, completion tokens, and the in turn total tokens, and the estimated cost.